Hello students, today I am going to take lecture number 15 on advanced welding, and today's topics will be laser beam welding and ultrasonic welding. I Dr. Apurvanand, professor and head mechanical engineering department, also Dean School of Engineering, Babu Banarsi Das University. Today the lecture focus will be primarily on the working of laser beams welding and ultrasonic welding. So, students, remember one thing, that these are two new technologies and advanced technologies of welding. We always says when advanced welding was welding topic was basics of welding was told to you in some of my lectures in lecture number 1 or 2. The problem with the welding, conventional welding, is that it includes lot of control over temperature, current, and splattering the welding molten metal. When the molten metal leaves the tip, it may go here and there, but these problems is not there with these techniques, new techniques, advanced techniques. So, it has become very important for us to understand how laser beam welding and ultrasonic welding is done. So, today's content is laser beam welding and ultrasonic welding. So, what do you mean by laser beam? The laser term has come from where? So, the term laser is acronym for light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. This, student, is used in manufacturing also, and the same concept has been customized for welding. Fine. So, first the manufacturing of laser beam welding has came, and then after that it has been similarly customized to for different type of welding we can do from laser. Laser beam is a powerful, narrow, monochromatic and directional beam of electromagnetic radiation. Often these beams are within the visible spectrum of light. The laser device excites the atoms in a losing medium. The electrons of these atoms move to a higher orbit and then release photons, creating laser beams. So, that is what is important for creating of photons, and creating of a laser beam is important for us, and from this only we will be doing the welding. Properties of laser beam: a laser beam is highly intense in nature. Laser beam is having strictly monochromatic. Laser light is highly powerful and capable of propagating over long distance and not easily absorbed by water. Laser beam is also said to be highly directional. This beam is coherent with the wave train in phase with each other. So, students, these are the properties because of which we have as engineers chosen this particular laser for doing welding. It has these properties has given this technology laser welding an edge, because like when I say strictly monochromatic, then when you are using it, it will only go towards the where the weld pool is there. When I say it is highly powerful, then we are utilizing this powerful energy for doing our welding. So, these properties when understood properly, then it has been systematically customized into welding. So, type of laser beam which we know and which is for our use is gas laser excited by electrons in gases such as helium, neon, cadmium, carbon dioxide and nitrogen. Liquid lasers includes the dye laser, which uses organic dye molecules in liquid form to produce wavelength of radiation that can be tuned. And the last one is solid laser, which includes the ruby laser, which uses a precious stone to produce a beam of red light. So, you know students, these are the methods from which the laser can be produced. We will what will for our welding purpose we will be using the third one, and we will be using the third one, and similar conditions will be produced where same type of laser beam is possible. Now, laser beam welding, in general cases heat is required to fuse the metal for any type of welding. In laser beam welding process, the heat is obtained from application of concentrated coherent light beam, which strike upon the weld metal and the melt the metal such this welding is welding joint is obtained. This welding process is called as laser welding. I said seeing the properties, engineers have decided that the same properties can be utilized for welding. And see here, if you see the line coherent, it is concentrated coherent light beam which strikes upon the weld pool or the weld metal to be joined, and that melts the metal in such a way that the weld joints are made. So, this has been particularly chosen, and it has an advantage that you will not get splattering, you will not get that globular phenomena, you will not get metal molten metal going out of way and creating splattering or spoiling the weld joints weld pool. And also one important is it is concentrated to one place, that means the temperature, the weld zone, it is only concentrated to the weld zone. So, temperature of left and right and up and down is not increased that much, so that it can change the property of the material. So, that is why it has its own importance in advanced welding. Principle of laser welding, a laser beam is produced inside the ruby crystal. The ruby crystal is made up of aluminum oxide with the chromium dispersed throughout it, which is forming about 1 upon 2000 of the crystal, this less than the natural ruby. Silver coated mirrors are fitted internally in both sides of the crystal. One side of the mirror has a tiny hole, a beam is coming out of that hole. A flash of tube is placed around the ruby crystal, which is filled with xenon inert gas. The flash is specially designed such as which made flash rate about thousands flashes per second. So, this is how the basic principle of laser welding laser beam welding is designed. So, laser weld basics, you can see diagram, and here I have shown 1, 2, 3. So, try to see this. Let me come on my slide. There is a technical glitch slightly. No issues, no issues, fine. So, coming on this laser welding basics. Now, you can see 1, 2, 3 I have shown, and one is a shallow and slightly more than that, and one is a deeper one. So, if you remember that if you are, suppose you are doing a conventional welding, the size, the portion where the welding is done, fine. Suppose you are doing welding here one. So, lot of splattering, lot of heat affected zone will be there will be rise in temperature, but with laser welding it will be concentrate to that area only, that single area only. Laser welding is a non-contact process that require access to weld zones from one side of the part being welded. The weld is formed as the intense laser light rapidly heats the material, typically calculated in milliseconds. There are typically three types of welds. One is conduction mode, the second one is conduction and preparation mode, and then the third one is penetration mode or a keyhole mode. So, while doing these are the three steps you will come upon, but this will be done in such a fast way you might never see these things, but technically if you slow down the process and you try to see, first it will be shallow one, after that in second it will be slightly more than that, and in third it will be a keyhole type penetration which is concentrated only to that area. Conduction mode welding is performed at a low energy density, forming a weld nuggets that is shallow and white, which I have shown in 1. Conduction and penetration mode occurs at the medium energy density and shows more penetration than conduction mode. And the third one is the penetration of keyhole mode welding is characterized by deep narrow welds. Fine. So, like it is a keyhole type, you may refer the diagram for better understanding. So, this is basically the diagram which you can see laser welding system. So, you can see the electrical, there is some problem with me, no issues. Fine. You can see here, this diagram you can refer. Now, in this diagram what is happening is this part is basically a capacitor storage block where there is a electrical system which is a triggering system, and this is a flash tube through which that laser beam is coming out, and then it is going to the work table where that work piece is there. So, this coherent monochromatic beam, single color beam is going through the, and there is a focusing length which focuses that to the job or the workpiece. So, the main part is electrical storage unit, capacitor bank, triggering devices, a flash tube that is wrapped with the wire, lasing material, focusing lens, and a work table where the workpiece is there. So, what happens when you that capacitor block and electrical part activates, triggering is there, then the laser is generated, and when laser is generated what happens? It goes through the lens, and the lens is made in such a way that it make it coherent and concentrate to a single point on the workpiece, and as a result what happen? The material is the workpiece under the joining process is joined, welded. So, when the same thing I have explained you, I think I will explain it again for you. When a capacitor bank is triggered, energy is injected into the wire surrounding the latch tube. This wire establishes an imbalance in the material inside the flash tube. Thick xenon often is used in the material for flash tube producing high power levels for very short period of time. The flash tube of the lamp are designed for operation at a rate of thousands of flash per second. By operating in this manner, the lamp become an efficient device for converting electric energy into light energy, and light energy, the process of pumping the laser. The laser then is activated, the beam is emitted through a coated end of the lasing material. This that goes through device where a pinpoint on the workpiece, which pinpoints on the workpiece, and fusion takes place and the weld is accomplished. That is what I have shown from the diagram also, that how that thing is Remember students, this is the advantage. When I say pinpoint, you are basically making that laser going on that weld pool, where the fusion that ignites the basically that is what is doing the fusion there and on the weld bed, on the workpiece, fine. So, that is how, and the advantage is that it is concentrated to a very small area with a very high temperature. So, whatever you get, whatever type of weld bed you will get, it will be of lot of the type of defects which we have studied will be not there in that. So, advantage of laser welding, the process can be used to weld dissimilar metals with widely varying physical properties, metals with relatively high electrical resistance and part of considerably different sizes, and mass can be welded there. It is a jigs and fixtures you have designed, and then you are putting lot of similar type of material, and this can be used for mass production without any in electrode welding. Definitely there will be there will be delay, some type of rest you have to give, but here you can because it is a faster process, more concentrate process, you can easily do these things in a fast manner. Because the laser is simply a beam, no electrode is required, so that any part of a particular position can be welded. If there is a direct line of sight room beam to work pieces, weld can be made with a high degree of precision and on a material that is only a few thousands of centimeters thick. Laser welding holds thermal distortion and shrinkage to a minimum. Remember, there will be shrinkage, but it will be minimum, because when you do arc welding, you heat affected zone is at a much higher area. So, when you do laser welding, because it is concentrated on one place, the heat affected zone will not be of that much higher area. So, remember one thing, the shrinkage, like when the weld pool where the welding is done gets cooled down, it starts shrinking, and as a result there will be tensile forces developed in the nearby the weld zone. So, because it is a concentrated, you are doing concentrated welding, this is not going to happen, and distortion will be minimum, distortion and shrinkage of that will be minimum. So, that has another type of advantages, because if stresses are less, that means that welding you have done will be lost longer than that type of other type of conventional welding. So, limitation of the laser welding is rapid cooling rate may cause cracking of some metals, high capital cost of the equipment is there. You need to understand that what type of material you are joining, where it will be used, then only you can decide what type of welding process or advanced welding process. And laser welding is one of the costliest welding methods we have till now. Optical surface of the laser can be it gets easily distorted or damaged, and if it is damaged, like my specs, if I get it damaged, I could not able to see anything. So, same way when you want the best quality of laser beam to concentrate on the weld workpiece, then that optical surface has a bigger role, and if it usually get damaged during working. So, if it get damaged, the machine have to be ideal, and it is again a loss of production cost. High maintenance cost is also there. The maximum joint thickness that can be welded by a laser beam is somewhat limited, and thus welding penetration of larger than 19 mm are difficult to weld. So, this type of certain limitation is there on laser welding. Application again, it is a high end application, electronic, automotive, food processing, vacuum components, medical equipments, aircraft industries are the major places where this type of welding is used, fine. And wire to wire, sheet to sheet, tube to sheet, and a small diameter stud can also be welded from this type of laser welding. So, applications are wide enough, and you can refer some books also for how these applications are done, and then it will make you clear that how this application is related to our theoretical whatever I have told today. If you first understand it, then try to understand how it is used in automotive, then you will have a clear picture of laser beam welding. So, the second part was today's lecture is ultrasonic welding, and it is also very important. You all know that whenever we have a stomach problem, people used to go for ultrasonic or some checkups in medical industries. The same type of phenomena we can use for welding also, students. So, it is taken from there only, but used for our welding purpose. And then how it is used for welding purpose is very interesting. Try to see. Ultrasonic welding is a welding technique that uses ultrasonic vibration of high frequency to weld two pieces together. It is most commonly used to weld thermoplastic material and dissimilar material. Metal with a thin section can also be welded by ultrasonic welding. This is the biggest advantage we have, like I have told, soldering, brazing and all. Thinner sections can be also welded from it. Only we are regulating the frequency, creating vibration. As a result, what happened? Now, you remember material science, start recalling that when you are welding these two pieces, what is going to happen? If you are creating vibration here and here, what is going to happen? The atoms and the molecules will start vibrating. As a result, when you keep on doing that, it will start going from here to the second material, and as a result heat will be generated and it will be joined, fine. The same principle is used here. I will show you how. A working principle of ultrasonic welding. High frequency like 20 kilohertz to 40 kilohertz ultrasonic vibration is used to join two plastic pieces together. So, when I say plastic pieces, it is plastic and elastic, that material property I am talking about. The high frequency vibration generates heat energy. So, I already said when high frequency energy is generated, the high frequency vibration generate heat energy at the interface of two pieces, and it melts the material. The melted material fused with each other to form a strong weld. On cooling, it solidifies and we get the welding. Typical frequency used is 50, 20, 30, 35 or 40 kilohertz. It depends on the type of material and type of thickness we are taking, and as per industry norms we decide there what type of kilohertz frequency is to be decided. So, this is our two diagrams which will make you understand. I will take one by one. First you can see the main parts of or components of ultrasonic welding, and the second diagram, the second diagram will show you how it happens. So, students, in ultrasonic weld there is a pneumatic piston which apply load. So, when you are doing when you are doing vibration, it has to be done under some load. So, that the vibration which is coming should be of some use when you apply the pressure also load also. So, transducer is there, and this transducer through convector and booster applies vibration to the workpiece. There is a power supply here, which when you switch on the power supply, the process starts, and this is the horn horn, you have seen that horn, the same horn is here also. When I say you have seen the horn, remember the bullock that cow and all. So, the horn, the same type, the word has been taken from there only. So, same here also we have the horn, fine, and which when the supply is given, the process start vibrating, and as a result what happen, when it start vibrating and the material are under contact with each other under load, fine, what happens? What happens is a vibration, and it start exciting the electrons and molecules present in them. You can see here in this diagram. So, these are the horn is there, which is applying the load, and the horn applies pressure to the plastic material. So, these both are plastic material. What happens? The vibration vertically to 20,000 to 40,000 times per second, we are vibrating the work pieces, we are providing that vibration, and you can see it is vibrating. So, what happens? The vibration creates frictional heat that causes materials to melt and flow to inside, both material flows inside each other, and after melting, it cools down, it solidifies, and we completes the process. So, already the process has been told maybe. So, what is the advantage of ultrasonic welding? Speed. Students, this is the method where you complete the process in a very less time, exceptionally fast process. In many cases, the welding process takes few seconds at most, allowing for high throughput and short turnaround time. Throughput time is something when you start the material from the store, and when it reaches to finally to the store after the welding is done. So, these are reduced here, time is you can take less time. Safety, again you are not working on a very high temperature, and there is no risk of when you are not working on very high temperature, electrical energy is under our control, only the vibration you are slightly doing. Then what happens? It is safe, it is a reliable process, just only you change the setup, you can keep on repeating the same process and can have same type of output. Joint quality is of a very high quality, because of the atoms contacting with each other, the weld quality is very well, and reduce material cost also. You do not have to waste lot of materials, and thus in one go only you can complete the welding. So, quickly we will see the disadvantages. There is you cannot apply to everywhere, material limitation, size limitation is there, joint type limitation is there. Lead time also we have to see, sometime it takes longer time because you have to change jigs and fixtures for other type of material to be, or size of material to be. So, it might have lead time. Higher investment is again the equipment cost is very high, because of that disadvantage is there because of high investment. And application are again computer and electrical industries, aerospace and automotive industries, medical equipment industries. So, whatever medical equipment you see, like I will take one, anesthesia, filters, blood filters, dialysis tubes are some of the application which you have seen in hospitals. So, application are wide enough, and so these are the reference and books you can further use for reading. So, thank you very much. Today's lecture was on ultrasonic and laser beam welding. Students, you must have you must utilize this readings references for use, and this video might be helpful for you to understand the concept of laser beam welding and ultrasonic welding. So, thank you very much from my side.